Hi, this is James Ng with Old Capital, and today we have Jakob Andersen with Newmark with us to talk about a new deal called Tierra del Sol, 260 units in Irving, Texas. Jakob, maybe to start, give us a little bit of your background, and then we'll jump into this deal.
Thank you so much, James, and thank you for having me here today. Again, my name is Jakob Andersen. I am with Newmark in Dallas, and I am a part of a team here with six brokers. We cover DFW Metroplex and also the North Texas secondary and tertiary market. Typically, we will produce in any given year between 1.5 to $2 billion of inventory, and Tierra del Sol is our latest listing.
Great. So let's jump in. Here's some of the specifics on the deal. Maybe give us a little high level, a little background on the deal, and then we'll get into the details.
Absolutely. So you're looking at an asset that sits in the heart of tech of DFW. It's located just south of 183, only a few minutes away from the downtown of Irving. It's built in 1971, and it consists of 260 units. One of these units is used currently for the office, so the net rentable numbers is actually 259. Tierra del Sol is a very popular destination, and the occupancy shows that. Today, it's sitting at 98%, and the few units that are available, they have actually already been spoken for. One of the reasons for why this is so popular is the square footage. You're sitting on bigger units. You're almost in 900 square feet. And sitting so close to the highway network and close to the downtown areas of Dallas and also Irving and Las Colinas it really works well for Tierra del Sol. As you can see here, here's an aerial of the actual location looking north. You have 183 just a few blocks north of the asset. And when you go a little further up, about 9 minutes drive, you have Las Colinas, which is one of the fastest growing areas in DFW. So you're seeing a ton of jobs coming in and around this location. Furthermore, if you look to the right, you have Irving High School. The proximity to a high school like this and the mix between having the bigger units is an ideal position for a lot of tenants. Where they can get away with just having one car and basically walk to school. So those are some of the reasons why you are looking at historically a high occupancy for this location.
All right, let's flip it around the other way and show you a little bit of more of the Irving High School, but then also the proximity to downtown and also the other airport. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here in the distance, you can see Dallas downtown. You're sitting about 12-minute drive out. And since they have just renovated the highway, you can see up in the upper left corner of 183, the commute is really, really short to all those downtown jobs and jobs around Dallas Love Field Airport and the medical district in Dallas. So again, you have a deal that sits in the neighborhood, a very well-established neighborhood with some great amenities around it, such as schools and shopping. Yet you are very, very close to the major employment centers of DFW.
All right, let's look at some pictures. In the arrow, you can sort of see that the way this is laid out. I think there's 5 buildings and then 5 courtyards. So here's some pictures of the courtyards. Anything else on the exterior you want to mention, Jakob?
That's correct. So it's basically built around these courtyards, and you have 5 of them. One has been designated. It's got a pool, and that sits right by the office. And then you have one with a playground, and you have one with a grilling station, and also one with a small soccer field. As you can see, I think that a lot of people will look at this deal and saying, we can probably optimize these areas. We have seen that on neighboring assets and also throughout DFW where people have gone in and made these spaces more defined. You have the equipment, but it could probably use just a little more definition.
Right. And then, so that's on the exterior. What about interiors? What have they done so far as a seller? Has the seller done so far? And then also, what do you think upside for the buyer is on interiors?
Sure. So the interiors, they vary. You have different finish outs in the units. There are actually units here. I do not have the exact number, uh, but with granite countertops. You do have a lot of tile flooring. You do also have a lot of vinyl flooring. There is not a set rhythm to what has been implemented into the units. So every unit looks slightly different. They're very clean, but they do like slightly different. And there lies the opportunity for a future buyer to probably go in and define the product a little better for potential future tenants.
So you're thinking maybe they could upgrade some of the, I think most of them have black appliances now already, but maybe a stainless package and a granite package, sort of pick and choose those, upgrade those, and be able to get a premium on the rents there. Okay.
Absolutely. And since the rental rate is the same at this moment for granite or non-granite, I see a lot of opportunity in there to actually go in and get those premiums for those finish outs.
Okay, great. Anything else about the property in terms of unit mix or the overall, physical aspects of the deal that you want to share?
Sure. I think it is important, and you have also highlighted on this slide here the mechanical systems, and so people then understand how that works. Every unit, they have their individual meters and their individual HVAC units. The hot water or the water is on a boiler system. They have 4 boilers on the property. And I think the biggest thing to highlight here is the unit mix. You're sitting on a lot of 2 bedrooms. And as mentioned before, the combination of sitting so close to the schools, that works really, really well in comparison to if you were just sitting on a lot of smaller 1 bedrooms.
Yeah, I mean, 65% are 2 bed, three bed units. And I mean, we walked a lot of these units and the size, like if you look at, there's 53 sort of 2x2 A's and then 52 2x2 D's. And that's, those are big 2 bedroom units. I mean, they have a 2 bedroom here that's like 1,300 square feet. So a lot of people would, I mean, you could almost rent that as almost a 3 bed in terms of size in a lot of markets. And so, the South Irving market, I think that's a huge advantage in terms of square footage and bedrooms out there. So let's
You're
talk
absolutely
about,
correct.
yeah, let's talk about some of the other comps in the market. What rents are they getting in comparison to the subject property?
Sure. And as you can see here, you have our comp set in front of you. And I think the important thing to, when you talk about all these, like the B's and the C's, is not everyone that's fortunate to have a ton of savings. So I think it's important to look at the actual rents. And when you look at the actual rents, you're sitting here for a large unit and you're paying the lower 900s. And as you can see, there's several units just sits right around here, this location, not as close to the school, that's well above 1,000. So I think that's truly the opportunity to go in and dissect the units and get those premiums for the units that the larger units that are selling so well. And that has been shown that right down the street to point of one, we have townhomes where you're seeing almost $1,400 rents, and that location is about a 3-minute drive away from Tierra del Sol.
Right. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good difference. And then, I mean, even on average or $100 below sort of where everybody else is at. And I mean, essentially all these guys are 95, 96% occupied or higher. And so
Correct.
I think it
Correct.
shows the strength of the submarket and how much
Absolutely.
rental increase there is on this deal. So we went through the deal and underwrote it to probably about a 20 million. So you're probably at 75. I guess before we get into that, Jacob, is there a whisper price on this deal that you
Yes,
have out there?
we
Okay.
do have a whisper price,
Okay.
and our whisper price is 26 million.
Okay.
And I would say when we've been underwriting it and looking at it here over the last couple of months, there are not a lot of product out there that can rival the in-place cap rate for this deal. When you look at it with adjusted taxes for the future or year one, you are still looking at about a mid-6 cap for this deal on actual numbers and operations. So the argument could be made, you could do nothing to the deal and you would still be in good shape.
Yeah, and I mean, what I like to see a lot of times on these historicals is you can see the, T12, T6, T3. It's just slowly, sort of steadily, the occupancy has stayed there. It's not one of these deals where somebody has come in, filled it up, and then tried to sell it. This thing has just been full the entire way, and they just have not kept up with sort of the rental increases in the market. And so, yeah, go ahead.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So on a T3, we did T3 net rental, T12, or T3, T6, sorry, on the other income. And then we went through and, they're actually running this relatively lean on the expenses. So we took a 3% management fee. We brought payroll up to $1,100 a door. And then utilities, water and sewer at T12, R&M at 600, insurance at 350, and we brought taxes up based on the new purchase price. And so with all that said, I mean, you're looking at probably about a 75% of sort of your purchase price plus possibly, 300,000 or 400,000 in rehab rolled in if you were to stay with Fannie Mae. On the green program, non-green, you're probably right at 75% of purchase. And then we also quoted CMBS. So if you're looking at the deal and saying, look, I need more than, let's say, 3 years IO, CMBS has been quoting sort of full-term IO. The pricing is a little bit higher in terms of interest rate. And so, reach out to us and we can give you some quotes on that, on where we see it. Let's see. Is there anything else, Jacob, in terms of the deal or sort of how the best reach out to you?
Yes, absolutely. So as you can see on this screen, you have all my contact information, my email, jakob.andersen@ngkf.com, or my direct line, 214-420-3106. If you have interest in this deal, I would suggest to reach out. We have not set a call for offer date, but it is expected that we will collect offers mid-October. This deal here, with those fundamentals that James and I have just described, I think it's safe to say that there will be some people looking at this. I get asked the question if this would go early. We have seen a lot of deals go in that direction lately. So if you have interest, I would underwrite the deal and come out and see it, set up a tour, and get situated on it well before mid-October.
Okay, perfect. Well, Jacob, we've closed numerous sort of $20+ million deals this year, so always appreciate your time. And
Absolutely.
hopefully we can find a great buyer on this deal as well. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.